I think that the majority of our country wants progression. They want to progress. That's just it's. I don't think anybody. I think it was Cranston that they did the interview with, and they were saying, "Let's make America great again." And he's, "When was it great? Like before the civil rights?
Right.
That's when it was.
I've seen
Like
people have to answer that
when
go,
was it?
well,
Like when was it great? It's it's almost to me like I get this feeling when I look at those all like especially like State of the Union when you see all those fucking walking dead people that are fucking senators and that have been there for fucking 9,000 years and they all act like but they're all in it together. And
it's like everyone went to a costume party as Tip O'Neill and Newt
yes,
Gingrich.
but you know that when it comes down to it, like the number one thing that white racist America is all about is they don't know how they can come out and say it, but they definitely want to provide abortions for black and brown people. That's a give me. It's just the white broads that can't fucking have abortions because they're looking at statistics, and pretty soon the black and brown Americans are outnumber the white Americans, and they can't have that. So, by whatever means necessary to make sure that the status quo is much like trying to get medical marijuana turned to fucking recreational or to get pro choice.
60-40?
60-40, baby. It's a 60-40 split. You got to get 60 fucking percent before you fucking win. It's not a 50-50. Nothing's a 50-50 deal.
I think you've just decoded "Make America Great Again."
I think I might have.
That's the myth. You know what I always wanted to decode is why I was getting so many deductions on my credit card bill for recurring charges on things that I probably forgot that I subscribed to, or maybe didn't even realize.
I think I know where this is going.
You know where this is headed? Everyone talking about inflation.
But we had this conversation before. Mine was, it wasn't so much, it was the amount of times I had double.
Because T would go upstairs.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
We'd have, especially during COVID, each of us had our own subscription to something. All of a sudden, when you pull it up, you're like, and then we started looking at it, and some of T's were early in the subscription, so they were much more expensive when there was less options to stream.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it's this package with this and this is actually cheaper than what we're paying for this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like, all right, a smorgasbord of fuck ups here.
Yeah, but it's in every home, Kevin. That's why services like Rocket Money are so needed right now. Remember
when gas was 47 cents?
Yeah, uphill to school both ways, no shoes in the snow.
What's the lowest you remember gasoline?
See, but I started driving, and so it's not going to be. I started driving in, what was I, 17? In 89.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I missed.
That's after fuck. I was
gas crisis of 77.
Yeah, oil embargoes and all that shit. Yeah. Fuck. My senior year, that was the oil embargo.
Yeah.
That was my senior year.
Yeah, it was the
and gas went to 57 cents.
Skyrocketed.
I remember probably 62 is probably the earliest I remember. It was an off station called KO, and it was 25 cents a gallon. I think Mobil was 31 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Can anybody look up what the price of gasoline was in 1962?
Yeah, let's see. I wonder.
One of you cats back there in the fucking tech land. What do we got here?
We got it?
31 cents.
31? Yeah.
I fucking boom. Nailed that. I mean, I remember that. My dad, we used to go and get $2 worth of regular.
$2
He'd pull up and say $2 worth of regular. Guy would check the oil, fucking do all the windows.
Remember that when you got full service
Fuck,
at a filling station?
my dad would always give him 2 bits fucking on the tipski. Little
2 bits.
250.
What is that? What is 2 bits?
A quarter
50
was
cents?
yeah, 2 bits is 50. Yeah, I give him my dad if I can give him give him a little 2 bits on the side.
Um,
Thanks,
those of
Bob.
you who want to be part of our live recording,
There's a guy that feeds his family pumping gas.
what, doing the squeegee on the
And
windows.
I'm gonna hit him with 2 bits.
Speaking of squeegees, do you remember when New York City, it was becoming epidemic when the homeless people would squeegee the windows for money?
Piss.
With whatever they dipped that damn
spit.
thing, puddle water or whatever it was. God, it was, and you always got nailed. And when you came out of the tunnel, like Lincoln Tunnel, and made that left onto 42nd Street, and they would come up. I remember it was a big deal when they said they were going to lock them up. I think there was some resistance to, they're trying to make money, but it's invasive. They just came up and threw that shit on your car and started that liquid and then started squeegeeing it off. There was no asking. Sign of the times. Glenn Jacobs hit the news a little bit today. They were asking him if he was considering a presidential run. And I know you saw him recently.
Yeah.
And
no, it was so funny though, man. I talked to Glenn and I had a nice chance to catch up, and I said it on our last show. I said that he just said what a fucking rotten business it is.
And basically, in this article, he says,
he says that he said, would you go to fucking Washington? He says, no. He says, you think you can clean that swamp up, and you can't. And I think that he could do well, especially in Tennessee, running as governor.
And that's probably because he talked about Washington as being a cesspool, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but did say that he saw a lot of importance at the state level. So that would, I guess, a gubernatorial
It's still, I think, it's the most Republican of the states as far as the state representative base and everything else. And it used to be like when I went to college there, it was a very Republican state, but not like it is now. Now it's very Republican.
John Cena also revealing there's going to be 36 dates in 2025 that you'll be able to go see him on his retirement tour, and also said that if he does anything for WWE again, it would be in a suit and not in sweatbands. And
I like that. I like when somebody, I like this. He's having a retirement tour, not a match. And when that tour's over, he's done.